everyone, and welcome. I am the Pop Culture Mechanic, and today we're going to take a trip back in history to visit a well-known character of comics, radio, and television, Archie Andrews. Now you may have watched his television show Riverdale, but I'm going to take a look further back at what has come before. That's what I do here. It was in December of 1941 that Archie first appeared in Pep Comics number 22, which was a comic anthology published by MLJ Magazines. It had many different stories by many different writers and artists. One of the most popular was called The Shield, but there was also The Hangman, Danny in Wonderland, Sergeant Boyle, Jolly Roger and his Sky Pirates, K.O. Ward, Bentley of Scotland Yard, and finally Archie. Archie was created by publisher John Goldwater, artist Bob Montana, writer Vic Bloom. As you can see, he has a signature red hair and a penchant for getting into lots of trouble, usually of his own making, especially when trying to impress his new neighbor Betty Cooper. His friend Jughead makes an appearance and tries to keep him out of trouble, but what fun would that be? Oh, by the way, Jughead's hat is called a whoopee cap, which was something the boys back in the 1930s and 40s did. They took a fedora, cut the brim into a zigzag pattern, and turned it up. In case you were wondering, Veronica Lodge didn't make her appearance until issue 26 when Archie tried to take her out to a fancy restaurant that he was a busboy at. So this was the beginning of Archie's adventures, and it seemed that America wanted more. It was in 1943 that Archie got his own radio program on NBC. It was originally written as a 5 times a week serial, but then made the transition to a weekly half-hour sitcom after 4 months on the air. Now fans could hear their favorite characters' voices on the radio. They were played by Bob Hastings as Archie, Arlen Stone as Jughead, Rosemary Rice as Betty Cooper, Gloria Mann as Veronica Lodge, Alice Yorman as Mary Andrews, Archie's mother, and Arthur Cole as Fred Andrews, Archie's father. Most of the time, the episodes start out with Archie calling Jughead, saying that he has to come over right away as it's a matter of life and death. To which Jughead's standard reply is, "Relax, Archie, relax." There was always some good banter between the cast of characters, and there's some pretty funny stories. However, it does oftentimes devolve into a group argument with Mr. Andrews having to yell over everyone to be quiet, so that may wear on you. After the war years, the program was moved to Saturday mornings so that they could get to their main audience, the teenagers. And it worked well as the primetime slots were very competitive. This enabled the show to have high ratings and stay on the air until 1953. So even though the radio show was not renewed, the comics were still going strong, and they took the next big step. That's right, in 1968 Archie made the jump to television courtesy of Filmation with a musical sitcom. It lasted for 17 episodes, but there were numerous incarnations of the franchise like Archie and His New Pals, The Archie Comedy Hour, Archie's Funhouse, Archie's TV Funnies, Everything's Archie, The US of Archie, and finally ending with The New Archie and Sabrina Hour in 1978. The ratings were in a free fall at that time, so the partnership between Filmation and Archie Comics ended. In 1987, there was a show called The New Archies, produced by Deke Animation, Saban Productions, and Archie Comics. The kids were presented as preteens in junior high, and as usual, get up to lots of mischief. In 1999, there was Archie's Weird Mysteries. It seems that the town attracts its fair share of trouble and plays out like a 1950s B-movie of the week. Then in 2017, a show called Riverdale debuted on the CW network. The show follows Archie's life and exposes that the town of Riverdale may not be as perfect as it would seem. This show enjoys moderate popularity and is still in production as of this video. The comics are still in production as well to this day. I encourage you to check out the Archie radio show. It's quite a fun show to listen to for half an hour. Oh, and the way Archie is connected to Batman is via Bob Hastings. You remember he was the voice of Archie? And in the Batman the Animated Show, he was the voice of Commissioner Gordon. I'm sure some of you knew that already, but if not, you learned something new. There is over 90 years of radio and movie entertainment out there, and I encourage you to look into it. If you think about it, podcasts are just the modern day version of radio shows. So go to your favorite search engine and type in old time radio. You'll be surprised at the number of shows that pop up. You're bound to find something you like. Well, until next time, I'm the Pop Culture Mechanic. Take care. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe. I'll be putting out more videos in the coming weeks.